with dogs in the room who are growling a little bit. So if you hear that, I don't know what they're growling at. But anyway, it's a typical day here. Hope you all doing well, staying safe and healthy. And today I'm excited to bring you my top 10 retail wax that you can buy in a store. So I was trying to think like grocery store, that type of store. A lot of times you can find similar blends in like a Bed Bath & Beyond, in a grocery store, that type of thing. So just check those type of retailers. Sometimes Ollie's has them on clearance. You might be able to find them at Christmas tree shops. There's a lot of different places that are regional that I am not familiar with because I'm in Michigan. But just check it out. You might be able to find some of these and surprise yourself. So what I did were I picked 10 scents, and I think there's one honorable mention here. And the reason it wasn't in the top 10 wasn't because it's not fabulous. It's just I could hardly find any of them, even when they first came out. It was so scarce that, I mean, that just knocked it down in my mind in the first place. I don't know why. It's a Tuscany, and I don't know why Tuscany didn't, I don't know if it was them or the retailers didn't order enough of them, but like they literally hit the sales floor and were gone. So I think I maybe got 3. And when I tell you that I dragged my husband all across Michigan trying to find these darn wax melts, it would not be an exaggeration. The poor man was just like, I can't go to another store. I can't do it. I'm like, get in the car. Let's go. But anyway, so yeah, so that it didn't make the top 10, but it's definitely an amazing scent. And so we'll talk about it. The thing that I want to stress is that most of these, unfortunately, have either been discontinued for the season or, you know, maybe they came back for a short period of time and they're gone. What I will say, if they're sensationals or if they're made by Rimports, you may be able to find them on their website because I believe they're expanding the offerings that they have. So I believe it's just sensationals.com. Check it out. They make a lot of the wax melts. So they're ramping up their website. So maybe not, if you don't find it now, don't, stress out. They might be available as time goes on. I think they're trying to sell some of their scents that maybe places like Walmart or in my case, Kroger and Meijer, maybe they don't want to carry those, but there's a lot of consumer demand for them. So you might be able to find them directly from them. Now they're going to be a little bit more expensive. I think they're $2.99 on their site. But if it's a scent that you absolutely love, it's nice to be able to have a few on hand, to remind you of the great scent. So these are the ones that I would say were my top 10 with an honorable mention of the year. Hopefully you'll be able to find them. I will tell you, they bring these back a lot. It's just like Bath & Body Works. Honestly, they'll bring it back under a different name. It's the same darn scent, and people will get it, and they're like, oh, it smells exactly like whatever. So I wouldn't fret if you can't, you probably won't find these. You might be able to find them in some dump bins at Walmart, but, some of them are a little bit harder to find, but I wanted to go over them because they could come back next season, and I would stock up. So let's talk about them. So the first one that we had is Better Homes and Gardens Banana Bread Pudding. This is fantastic. They all are. I'm going to say that the whole time. But I will say it's funny because it doesn't smell like much in the clamshell. And a lot of times it happens, especially with vanilla-based scents. They don't smell that great in the clamshell. And then, you melt them. To me, this does smell like banana pudding. That's what it smells like. You get a hint of the bakery note. So like, where you have the vanilla wafers that you put on the bottom and then you layer it with pudding and whipped cream. That's really what it smells like to me when it's warming. This is fantastic. I would not judge this in the clam. And like I said, if they bring it back under a different name, I would melt it before you make your final determination. It's fantastic. All right, this one you guys knew. This was going to make the list. And by the way, these are not in any particular order. I didn't rank them. But anyway, this is not a shock. You will see this a lot because I stocked up, especially when they were on clearance at my stores. I went crazy. Oak and Rye Salted Caramel. This was for the fall this year. And that picture, if you see that cookie on there, that's exactly what it smells like. It's a beautiful salted caramel cookie. It smells fantastic in the clam before you warm it. It smells even better on warm. It blends perfectly. This is so good. I'm so glad. I mean, I just was ridiculous in purchasing them. I have them a couple of places. I have them like in like the, I don't know, kind of like these boxes. I had them like behind like my seasonal wax because I'm like, you know what? We're going to find a place to put them because it is so good. I hope they bring it back next year. I mean, I single-handedly sold out Michigan. I don't know. I'm kidding. But I think a lot of people really, really liked it. They were talking about it on the Facebook group that I'm in. So hopefully they will bring it back next year. And if you can find it at your stores, I would scoop it up. It is a hot commodity. All right, this next one, you guys know, they bring this back typically every spring. So it's a spring summer release. And then at least my Walmart stores in my area will clearance this out. I do believe there's another one. They have it under a different name. And I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below. At Meijer stores, I think it's under the Fusion label. And it could very well be at Bed Bath & Beyond as well. It's ice cream shop. I love this. To me, it smells like strawberry ice cream. I love mixing this with vanilla bakery and chocolate bakery because it smells like a chocolate covered strawberry. This is such a good scent. It kind of in the clamshell, it almost smells a little bit like strawberry chapstick. So I wouldn't let that, I mean, if you find it in the store or a different iteration or different name of this, and it smells like strawberry chapstick, it's probably this one. I would grab it and melt it. You can melt it on its own. It does really, really well. It's a great strawberry scent to me. Some people smell other like ice creams in there. I typically only get strawberry, but that's just my nose. But yeah, I would melt this. I would try it with other things. I would melt it and mix it with other bakery. If you like bakery, yeah. I haven't done it with anything else because it's so good. And I did stock up. I like to stock up when they're on clearance. You know, I think if they go to $1 a clam, I definitely grab several. I do have a nice stock of them, but yeah, it's a fabulous scent. Highly recommend. Okay, this one came back from the Blast from the Past melts that they did at Walmart. I know Canada had this. I don't know if it's been discontinued. It could have been. I don't know what they're thinking. This is the most fabulous scent. So I'm hoping they put it on the website so we can get it. It's rock candy. Now, I did really stock up on this when they had it at Walmart. Mel sent me some, so thank you so much, Mel. And I do, so I do have a nice stock of this, but I do want it back. I mean, it's so good. It's so strong, too. I mean, it's such a happy, fruity candy scent. If you like those kinds of scents, it's almost like cotton candy. Definitely smells like rock candy, but it almost has some cotton candy in there with it, too. Very sugary sweet, if that's not your kind of scent, but I love it. Fun, happy blend. I tried it for the first time this year. So that's what these are. I probably should have said that at the top of the episode. But these are all new to me scents for 2021. They may have been out for quite a while, but they're newer to me, or new to me in 2021. All right, continuing on the Blast from the Past. Those were really a hit. Not every one of them I liked, truly, and I didn't expect to because they had kind of a variety of scents that people would like. But I just loved quite a few of these, and this is another one, Wild Blueberry Pie. So I will say you can get this still. There's a couple of different ones. There's like a fusion. It's like, what is it? Like mixed berry muffin or something, I want to say. So you can get this scent from different retailers. It's just not going to be called this. It's very, very similar. They had one out for the Day of the Dead that was like also kind of a mixed berry. But just sniff it. They're very, very similar, if not the exact same. It's just a different name and packaging. They're trying to do the old switcheroony on you. But this is such a nice blueberry muffin scent to me. I don't get pie crust. I really get like a muffin type, like almost like the Jiffy. I don't know what the dog is. The dog is like, what are you doing? Like kind of a Jiffy muffin type of a mix, but it just is such a warm, Cozy Blueberry Muffin Bakery that I really like this one a lot, and it's very strong. My warmers, you guys know, are 24-watt hot plates. I don't typically do retail wax in my tea lights. My gosh, I was thinking, couldn't think of the word there for a second, just because those are even more hot and fast. And I feel like it burns those oils off so fast. It's almost like the wax sticks to the bottom, even when it's still melted. It's like it burns onto the bottom. So I don't typically use those tea lights for these retail waxes. But yeah, even my hot plates, they kick out the scent so hot and so fast that I would say they fade a little bit faster than I would have liked. But if you use lower wattage warmers, it's probably going to last for seemingly forever for you. So yeah, I highly recommend that one if it comes back, or if you can find some of the other scents that are very similar to it or probably the same, truly. All right, we had Sensationals Blackberry Lemonade. Now, I haven't smelled anything like this. This truly does have some, it's got an herbal note to it, and I don't know exactly what it is. It's just very kind of, I want to say grass, because it's not really, I wouldn't say basil or oregano. It's just kind of like herbaceous, I guess, along with this blackberry lemonade. It's very strong in the blackberry, and it's so good. I was so scared because I wasn't sure how this would come across. But truly, when it's melting, it's such a fresh and bright blackberry lemonade scent. It just reminds me of a cool drink on a hot summer day. That's what it reminds me of. It's not too green, I guess, for lack of a better term. That herbal note doesn't take over, but it makes it so fresh and clean smelling. So yeah, if you can find this, might be in a dump bin, because again, it was the blast from the past. Hopefully they'll bring it back on their Sensationals website. I'm really hopeful. I do have quite a few of these. I melted one and I was like, no, we have to make sure that we are stocked up on these. I will enjoy these in the summer. Great summer scent. Perfect. All right, so the next ones here, I'm going to pull these out of the little container here. This is the only one that I would pick from Hobby Lobby, but I do like their jelly bean scent. It does kind of smell like wine. It doesn't smell like jelly beans to me when it's melting. When it's on cold, if you smell it in the store, it does kind of smell like a fruity candy, but as it gets going, it really kind of smells like a deep, well, I mean, kind of a fruity red wine. I don't know. I really like that scent. It's not a top 10 for me, but it's definitely a good one if you're looking for something different. I just don't know if you're thinking of like Easter Sunday with the kids. It doesn't really smell like jelly beans so much to me, but if you're interested, I would definitely check that out and get them when they do their, their sales, not clearance sales, but their sales. I think they do they do buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one 50% off? I'm not sure, but definitely check those out. I think it's buy one, get one free, but who knows, with everything going up in price. It's been a few months since I've been there, so just buy them on sale is what I'm trying to say. But this is my favorite from Hobby Lobby, Kona Coffee. It is very, very strong. It is strong and smooth with a robust richness. Yes, it is. I mean, this is such a good coffee. So it reminds me a lot of Coffee House that you get in the vendor wax world. Very similar to that. It's very, very strong. I don't know how to say it enough. If you don't like peel the paint off the walls coffee, you're going to want to mix this with some bakery or something else just to tone it down a little bit. Whipped cream, if you have that kind of scent. You guys know I don't typically like whipped cream scents, but it'll tone it down is what I'm trying to say. This is so good. So if you're looking for a really nice coffee scent and retail wax, especially one that you can go in and pick up, just off the shelf, that would be my pick. I don't know that there are a lot of coffee scents that you can just walk into like a Kroger or Meijer store and just purchase. I can't think of another one that's as good. I mean, there's none as good as that one. So that would be my coffee pick for sure. All right, these two are available as far as I'm aware. I can get these at both Kroger and Meijer stores. So hopefully you'll have like a retailer in your area that carries these, because these are just definitely worth looking around for. This is Dutch apple bread from Fusion. This is homemade Fusion. This is probably the best apple bready scent I've found. So I've talked about this on the channel. My mom used to make this like apple cake bread type of thing. It wasn't, she didn't frost it. So it was kind of like more of a, it was kind of, we'd cut it in squares and you could kind of pick it up and eat it. So kind of a cross between a cake and a bread. And it was just so delicious. And it wasn't overly cinnamon. There are so many scents that they do with apples that just are just drowning in cinnamon. You guys know how I feel about that. This is fabulous. It is much more of a bready, sweet kind of scent. And when I say bready, I don't mean like yeasty bread. Just kind of, dense. It's kind of a dense cake, I guess it would be. And it just is so strong, delicious, gorgeous apple, bright, juicy apple. I don't know. This is really good if you can grab some of this. I highly recommend trying this and seeing what you think. Really great scent. The next one, I've talked about this on the channel before. I'm going to warn you. There's a warning with this. It should come with a warning label. Do not melt this one. And we have some, I don't know. Oh, they're picking up the garbage today. Do not melt this one if you do not have pancakes or waffles at the ready. Because this immediately sends me into a frenzy of, oh my gosh, I have to have pancakes or waffles. So it is pure maple butter. It doesn't smell like maple to me. Not truly by itself. It doesn't smell like the movie theater butter that you get on the popcorn. It doesn't. It smells like waffles or pancakes. It is truly spot on. I don't know how they did it. You get a hint of the like pancakes or waffles with, if you put some butter and you put a little bit of the maple syrup on it, you get the hints of that. But it's the whole kit and caboodle. It's not just the maple syrup. It's not just the butter. It's definitely the pancakes and waffles. They nailed this scent so much. It is so good. That's exactly what it smells like, that picture right on there. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for a scent like that, don't melt it hungry. But everybody that I have heard talk about it says the exact same thing in terms of the scent profile for it. And, it makes you hungry. It makes you want to go and eat some of that. So this last one in the top 10 was out at the stores for the Christmas holiday season. I don't know if they had this at Bed Bath & Beyond. I never made it to one of those stores this season, but they do typically have Fusion wax melts. So you may find it there. I'm not sure, but I did get this at Meijer stores in my area if you have them. I think they might have even had some at Kroger stores. So if you have any of those stores that carry Fusion wax melts, I would definitely check this out. Let's hope that they end up at Ollie's somewhere, down the road. Even that caramel one, I'd be jumping up and down if they had that one. This is Santa's sugar cookie. I will tell you, this is one of them that smells to me like plastic and crayons in the clamshell. It really does. It's not great. You're kind of like, it doesn't, or Play-Doh, like, that type of scent. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, that's great. But I know, and you guys should know too, in the wax community, that a lot of these type of scents smell that way, and they transform when you put, you apply heat to them. So I, grabbed one or two, I think, in the beginning, probably waited too long to melt it the first time, and then put it on and was like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It really, truly does smell like the picture. Like, I feel like they've nailed their pictures for these seasonal wax melts really, really good, because it does smell like a holiday Christmas cookie with some really rich buttercream icing. It's delightful on its own. I mean, you don't need anything else, but if you want to mix it and tone down a scent, it's perfect for that too. I grabbed 12 of these on the day after Christmas, and I would probably grab some more, but that's what they had at my one store. And I'm not going to drag my poor husband around. Probably. who knows? But anyway, especially if I see them on a really good clearance sale, I will be scooping more up. But yeah, if you can find those, I highly recommend it. I hope they bring those back next year. 2 thumbs up for me. Really, really good. Okay, so the last one it's really the 11th, honorable mention. This one you probably heard me talk about in the last month or so, where I dragged my husband to all of these stores to try to find it. They did have it at Kroger and Meijer stores. Wherever you can find Tuscany candle. We went to Menards because they had some, but they didn't carry this scent. I mean, we were all over the place trying to find it. Hopefully, I don't think I've ever seen Tuscany at Ollie's, but you just never know. I mean, I will be scooping it up. And it just seems like such a, I don't know, just a generic type of scent, right? When you hear this. Winter peppermint. Okay, yay. Okay, winter peppermint. And it says balsam and mint. You guys know I cannot do tree scents. I don't know what it is about this one. It is just delightful. It's peppermint, but it's like peppermint cream is what it really should be. It reminds me of the peppermint in like a York peppermint patty without the chocolate. It's so creamy and smooth. It's not like nose clearing, astringent peppermint. It's so nice and softened. I don't know why they're calling it this balsam and mint. I really don't, because it's really a creamy, smooth peppermint type of scent, and I love it. It's so nice. I do mix this. I actually mixed this with Birthday Wishes from Scentsy, and it was phenomenal. And I also mixed it with this, so another Vanilla Bakery, because I don't want super, super strong peppermint, like nose clearing, like I said, but I wanted a nice, just creamy bakery peppermint scent, and that's what it was. I only need 1 cube. Typically, these don't last long. I will tell you, they're very soft wax, and they don't last long. The mint is the exception to that. It was really great. It lasted and was just nice and smooth and delicious. I have this one, which is one missing, and then one other clamshell. So that's a sad thing. But like I said, I only use one at a time. So hopefully I can spread it out a little bit. I don't know. It's sad. I don't know why they don't have a lot of mint in retail wax that you can just buy off the shelf all the time. Because I know a lot of people love mint to have in the bedroom to clear their sinuses and things like that. So I don't know. I think they're really missing the boat there. If they did a creamy peppermint scent that was similar to this, I think they would constantly sell it and do a great job. But anyway, so those were my retail waxes for 2021. Like I said, these were scents that were new to me in 2021. A lot of them were returning scents, blast from the past melts. And these were my favorites. I did go through everything that I had, and these are all of my absolute favorites that I would keep in stock at all times if I can. I have quite a bit of each of these and never want to be without these scents. So let me know in the comments section down below, do you have any that you recommended that I try that you can get at stores near you? I'm always interested in trying some fun new retail scents. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.